All right, 90-90 bridge with adduction. So that just again means that we're getting our adductors turned on with the yoga block. I literally love this bridge. It feels so good. Okay, so what we're doing is we're getting in a 90-90 position, which just means that we're gonna have the hips flexed at 90 degrees and the knees and the ankles flexed at 90 degrees. So notice that these are all at right angles, my hips, my knees, and my ankles. You're going to take your yoga block and put it in between your inner thighs. Now, I really like to have my elbows pushed down into the ground because it helps to remind me to keep that chest open. Otherwise, sometimes I will really kind of want to round and let my shoulders come up and those upper abs grip down. So I like to push my shoulders into the floor and imagine my middle finger like reaching up towards the ceiling, and I just think open chest, wide chest. Now from here, what we want to do is get our heels on the wall and also our whole toe pad on the wall. So pinky toe should be on the wall and your big toe should be on the wall. Now we need to pull down the wall with our heels, but I don't actually want you to move your heels down the wall, okay? So you are pulling your heels down the wall and we are trying to light up our hamstrings. We want this part of our leg back here to turn on. Next part, once you have pulled your heels down the wall and you really kind of feel the back of your legs turn on, is I want you to roll your pelvis up towards your rib cage slightly. Think of your pelvis like a bowling ball and you're just rolling it up. So you're not squeezing your butt shut, you're simply rotating with your pelvis and the spine is helping us to move the pelvis. Now we've got hamstrings on and pelvis kind of tilted up towards the ribs. Your goal is to find those proximal hamstrings, so that's this part right here. Don't worry if you're having a little bit of trouble, it will come. Just know that you're setting an intention around finding those proximal hamstrings. Now, next thing we need to do is squeeze the yoga block, pushing down with the elbows, and we want to think about using our hamstrings to pull our pelvis straight up towards the ceiling. So we're going to pull down with the heels, squeezing the block, hamstring, 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 hamstring. The whole way up. You should really feel those hamstrings kind of pulling your pelvis up towards the ceiling. And then I want you to keep your pelvis in the exact same position and then come down. You're going to find this might be really hard. You might want to do this on the way down and just kind of let that pelvis fall back forward, but resist the temptation, okay? Keep the pelvis rolled up towards your ribs. So again, elbows pushing down to the ground. You're going to pull your heels down, find your proximal hamstrings. Even if you can't find this part right here, make sure you have hamstrings on. This is really important. Then you're going to exhale, ribs come down, deep core on, check, check, check. Now you want to pull your hips up using your hamstrings to do it, okay? Don't let your glutes clench and shove your hips up and forward. I want you to use your hamstrings to pull, 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 pull your legs up by dragging your heels down the wall, squeezing the block, and then coming back down. It's best to do these pretty slow at first so you can make sure that you're really feeling what you're supposed to. We are going to do a lot of work in this 90-90 position, so you want to make sure that you feel really confident about it. And that's how you do it.